And welcome to the VSA Capital 5-minute morning miner. It's Thursday, April the 7th. Morning, Ollie. How are you this morning?
Yep, very well, thanks. How are you doing?
Yep, not too bad. It's all sorts of interesting things in the market today, but not necessarily in mining. And it's mining we talk about on this podcast. So we better crack on, particularly as we've got the CEO of Tungsten West actually popping in about 5 minutes. Not forgetting, of course, we've got a site visit on Thursday, April the 28th to the mine. It's a really worthwhile site visit. If anybody wants to do it, please do get in touch with us. Now, what have you got? Probably you want to talk about Camel first, don't you? Corporate client of ours, but, you know, it is the Carlsberg of mining.
Yep, good place to start. They've announced their Q1 figures, obviously, for production. Obviously, the full year results were only the other day, so it's not particularly long announcement, but copper production of 3,000 tons was up 5% year on year. There is a seasonal impact, so Q1 is normally the lowest in the year due to the winter in Kazakhstan, so it is down Q on Q. Sales were pretty much in line, and that's well on track for the full year guidance of 30,500 tons. But, you know, Kounrad keeps on churning. Copper price is strong, so we're expecting another good year from that. At Sasa, zinc production of 5.2 thousand tons and lead production of 6.7 thousand tons in Q1. That was down year on year by 4% and 9%, but it was actually up 1% and 2% respectively. The guidance range is slightly lower this year at 20 to 22,000 tons of zinc and 27 to 29,000 tons of lead, and they're on track for both of those. Obviously, the ground conditions which impacted production in the middle to second half of last year are continuing while the mine transition happens, while they move to cut and fill mining. But in terms of that sort of new normal, they're in a good position there. And actually, what you can see is that Q on Q grades improved by a modest amount, and that does suggest that they're getting on top of these ground conditions and working out how to operate them efficiently.
Yeah, look, I mean, it's a great company. It's got fantastic management. I suppose that, you know, the market is just sitting waiting to see what the next move is, what the next acquisition is, and that's why, unfortunately, it yields 8%, because people sort of say, well, it's just running for cash at the moment. I'm sure they will do a deal. I'm sure it'll be a fantastic deal, and then you'll see a huge spike up in the share price. But that's where we are as we are today, so we say. Probably enough on that one now, Ollie. What else you got?
Some drilling results from Benchmark Metals, one of the Shanghai Mining Club members. Pretty exceptional results from their project in Canada. 51.74 meters at 2.1 grams a ton gold and 128 grams a ton silver, which is 3.8 grams gold equivalent. The share price has been stuck in a range for probably the last 9 months of about $1 to $1.10. Its market cap is only 190 million Canadian, which for the scale of deposit that's been indicated by drilling, it's a multi-million ounce deposit with strong gold and silver. That does look quite cheap. What's interesting about this hole is, although there's some other good results from infill drilling, this extends the mineralization by about 40 meters below the existing pit shell. So, you know, a couple of more results like that which show a significant step up in the footprint. That's the sort of thing that could get you a breakout in the share price from that range. Otherwise, you know, the infill results showing sort of what the main component of the resource is: 90 meters at 0.6 grams a ton, big wide intercepts of strong gold mineralization.
Yeah, talking of Shanghai mining members, I see Iconic Rare Earths had a trading halt overnight in the ASX as well.
I assume that's related to the acquisition they announced the other day, the downstream rare earth separation company.
No, it probably is correct. Yeah. And also, of course, we sent out our invite yesterday for the Mining Indaba, our party on Sunday, May the 8th, down at Cape Town at 4P. We do it with quite a few partners. There's about 10 of us all holding it together. I think it probably is, I hate to say it probably is the biggest party at Indaba almost, isn't it? I think that obviously it was 2 years ago we actually had one. We had about 600 people over the evening. But obviously everybody is invited. It's a hell of a good party, isn't it, Ollie?
Yep, it is. It's very good fun.
And guess who stays till the end to pay the bill? You guessed, it's me. Anyway, so any other news, or should we leave it there?
Just another update from Shanghai Mining Club members. Makango, short update on exploration. They've got a secondary project close to Songwei Hill and Kolonje Hill, which is just 14 kilometers away. So they've been doing some early stage mapping, sampling, trenching, and that's producing some interesting grades, pretty good numbers, 6% total rare earth oxides at the high end, and sort of 3% across as an average. But a second project in the region potentially would give them nice optionality and expansion potential, but it's good blue sky upside at the moment.
Yeah, and I'm sure Makango will be down in Indaba because obviously they're an African-based company. So if you're listening, Makango boys, do come, Will and Alex, do come along to our party. We'll call it a day there, I think, because we've got a meeting coming up, Ollie.
All right, thanks, Andrew.